Here on Icon Hoops, we remember these moments when Kevin Durant was considered a villain when he went to Golden State after Golden State had crushed his team in the playoffs. But here on Icon Hoops, we don't focus on that. We look at a player's legacy based on future and past moments when they are at the peak of their legacy and the big moments that happened in their career, not based on villainism. We can remember these moments of Oklahoma City when Kevin Durant won MVP and was one of the best players in the NBA for about 2 years in a row, besides LeBron James. Kevin Durant was a scoring machine, and that is why he won MVP in 2015 when he played for the Oklahoma City, one of his final, second to last years playing for Oklahoma City.
A great bounce. Durant will put it on the deck, get to the free throw line. Durant throwing it down for the noisemaker finish.
Today, we are looking back at this moment where Kevin Durant forced himself to play with the Warriors after having an injury pre-game and decided to go out and help the Warriors, but instead tore his Achilles during the game by bumping knees with Serge Ibaka. This moment was the moment that shaped Kevin Durant's legacy from the moment moving forward into the rest of his career moving forward.
Hasn't played since tearing his Achilles in Game 5 of the 2019 Finals with the Warriors. Exactly 540 days later, KD spoke today about recovering from that debilitating injury.
Yeah, it was definitely new. I never experienced that injury before. Not even strained, anything close to that. But learning how to walk again, not walking and getting assistance in everything that you do for the first 3 or 4 months was tough. I've been through surgeries and injuries before, but the longest recovery I had was 3 months. But the first phase of the Achilles was 3 months long, and you couldn't walk or run. You had to use a scooter. So I think those milestones of reaching.
In Kevin Durant's first game back, he scores 15 points on limited minutes, of course, because of his injury. But he does not hesitate to try and score at all. Kevin Durant looks like his old self again after being out for, I believe, he said 10 months. And of course, COVID and everything. He was so happy to get back on the court and get buckets with his new team of Blake Griffin, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden, who would be on the bench until later on in the season due to his injury from the Rockets. But Kevin Durant went off against the Washington Wizards in preseason on December 13th of 2020.
That's wild. That is absolutely wild, those numbers. And when you see it stacked up against two of the other greats who have worn Nets jerseys, wow.
How about the D there from Durant, coming up with a rejection and what he has shown during camp thus far. And Durant comes up with another rejection, and the shot clock violation is going to eliminate the fast break and flushes it down.
Excellent footwork by Hachimura.
Oh, Irving, the down court feed to Durant. Beautiful brotherly connection, Durant and Irving.
Look at this. I see you, man. Gets it up the floor, quick finish. What exactly that means, but I think too when you have the luxury of having players play multiple positions is communication.
During the 2020 season, Kevin Durant also struggled with COVID, the new pandemic that had come about in the year 2020. But the following year, in 2021, Kevin Durant went on an absolute tear of scoring and helping his team try to win a championship.
But again, we don't know that to be the case. A lot of uncertainty here. 51 for Kevin Durant.
Moving on Tucker. He turns. He shoots. Yes! With 1 second remaining. It's a 2-point field goal.
Gathers his feet. The question is, was his toe on the line? And it looks like from that angle.
4 or 5 from long range. Durant's got 11.
Tatum's 1 for 9 for 3. Durant down the other end. Layup is good. And the foul. Kevin Durant. Chance for a 3-point play.
End of the third, into the fourth. And this is what you can't afford. An opportunity.
Durant on the attack, banks it in. Nothing is too tough.
This is filthy. I mean, Green is pushing him, trying to body up into him, doing everything he can to make it tough, and then whoo, sweet kiss off the glass.
How good Aldridge looks early on here this season after retiring in the middle of last season. Durant over two. That's no matter for Kevin Durant.
Durant, it's a stop and go though, and he is deep tight to the baseline. With that,
Kevin Durant competing.
The wing three. Can't hit. Embry the board. Durant down the other end. Pull up three. Is good.
And take a look at this. Kevin Durant, the quick pull.
And Shimmy Ojale both out. They really don't have a lot of options up front.
Oh, the stutter step and finish. Kevin Durant, beautiful.
toggle between the 4 and the 5 if you need him to. He's a connector offensively.
Durant rises up.
Knocks down his first shot.
That he enters the top 25 on a mid-range. Simple pick and roll. This guy, rise and fire under a very good late contain.
15 of their last 19 games against the Suns, including sweeping the season series last year. Durant pull up is good. Plus the foul.
His handle, his cross, his ability to stop hockey, erases that contact.
The flip doesn't go. Claxton secures it. Under a minute to go. The back from Durant.
How about this? Inside. Cameron's off the rim. Here comes Durant. Long strike. The steps count. Mismatch.
Breakdown and the put down.
Goodness, how easy did he make that look going right around Washington?
First points in transition tonight for Washington. Durant against Avdia. Takes it. Bank shot goes.
Just tough angle by Kevin Durant off 1 foot. Goes high.
Nets have time to work with here. 7 seconds. Durant looks at the clock. Caldwell digs in. Durant. Oh! Major splash! And much, much more. Kevin Durant. A downtown hit for KD. And they can put it from 9. Semifinals, Nets and Bucks.
Quick cross by Kevin Durant, gets to his spot, rise, fire.